He sings better than Elvis. Filipino boy stuns Simon Cowell on Ireland's Got Talent 2025. The rain was falling hard over Dublin that evening, blurring the streetlights into golden smudges on the wet pavement. Inside a small bus shelter near the theatre where Ireland's Got Talent 2025 auditions were taking place, a young boy sat with a worn-out guitar across his lap. His name was Liam Santos, a 15-year-old Filipino who had come to Ireland with his mother after his father's death in Cebu. They had little, just a few clothes, his father's old guitar, and the hope that somehow, music could keep them alive. Liam had spent months singing on the streets, outside cafes and train stations. People would drop coins into his open guitar case, some stopped to smile, others just hurried past. But he never stopped playing. Music is your light, his father used to say. When the world feels dark, sing until you see the sun again. That evening, as he waited outside the theater, he wasn't on the list of contestants. They had closed registration hours ago. Still, he came, watching the lights and hearing faint cheers from inside. His mother, working a night shift at a hotel, didn't even know he was there. Liam whispered to his guitar, "Just one chance, Papa, one chance." Inside, the show was already electric. Simon Cowell sat in his usual seat, sharp-eyed and skeptical. Talents came and went, dancers, magicians, and singers, but nothing truly moved the judges. During a short break, a crew member stepped outside to smoke and heard faint music through the rain. The man turned and saw Liam, soaked to the skin, singing "Can't Help Falling in Love." His voice was soft yet powerful, rich with pain and beauty. The man froze, cigarette forgotten. "Kid," he said, "where'd you learn to sing like that?" Liam looked up shyly. "My dad taught me. Before he went away." Moments later, the crew member rushed backstage. "You have to hear this boy outside," he told the producer. "He's unbelievable." The producer sighed, there was no time left, but Simon overheard. "Bring him in," he said. "If he's that good, we'll give him 2 minutes." When Liam stepped onto the stage, dripping rainwater, the audience murmured. He looked so small under the bright lights. "What's your name?" Simon asked, leaning forward. "Liam Santos," he said nervously. "I'm from the Philippines, but I live here now." "What are you singing for us today?" "Can't Help Falling in Love, like Elvis did. It was my dad's favorite song." Simon raised an eyebrow. "All right then, show us." The room fell silent. The first chords rang out, and within seconds, the crowd felt something shift. Liam's voice carried a warmth that reached straight into people's hearts. It wasn't about imitation, it was about emotion. His tone trembled with loss and love, every note shaped by the memory of his father teaching him under a flickering bulb in Cebu. By the second verse, you could see tears in the audience. Even Simon's usual stern expression softened. There was something raw, pure, and spiritual in Liam's singing, like the voice of someone far beyond his years. When he finished, there was a heartbeat of silence before the crowd erupted, standing and cheering. Amanda, one of the judges, wiped her eyes. "Liam," she said, "that was. I don't even have words. You didn't just sing Elvis, you sang from your soul." Simon leaned forward, eyes glistening slightly. "You know," he said, "I've heard thousands of singers try to sound like Elvis. But you didn't try. You felt it. That's what makes you better than Elvis tonight." The audience gasped. Then, with a rare smile, Simon stood and slammed the golden buzzer. Gold confetti rained down as Liam covered his mouth in disbelief. His legs trembled. He looked up as if seeing his father in the lights above. "This is for you, Papa," he whispered. Backstage, the producer hugged him. "Kid, you just changed your life." Liam smiled through tears. "I just wanted to make my mom proud." Later that night, he returned home with his clothes still glittering from confetti. His mother was waiting by the window, worried sick. "Liam! Where have you been?" she cried. He handed her the golden ticket. Her hands shook as she read it. "You did this?" "I did, Mom. For us." She pulled him into her arms, crying and laughing at the same time. "Your father would be so proud." The next day, social media exploded. Clips of "the Filipino boy who sings better than Elvis" went viral across the world. People from America, Europe, and Asia shared his performance, calling it the most heartfelt voice of the year. Messages poured in from strangers, single parents, immigrants, and dreamers who saw themselves in his story. Months later, Liam stood on the grand final stage. Win or lose, he had already changed countless lives simply by singing with truth. When he finished his final song, Simon said softly, "Liam, thank you for reminding us what music is supposed to do, it heals." As the lights dimmed and applause filled the air, Liam smiled through tears. He didn't just chase fame, he carried love, loss, and hope in every note. His story became a symbol that no dream is too far, no heart too small, and no voice too quiet to be heard.